We'll be giving away fresh merch, swag bags, and a chance for you to join the private invitation-only, star-studded music and dance till you drop, food and drink galore second anniversary celebration. To stay in the know about the second anniversary details, download the KBLA Talk 1580 app right now. Don't miss out on your chance to be a winner. At KBLA Talk 1580, when we come forward, we're bringing everybody with us.
Happy anniversary, KBLA!
The 6 E's out, CD lace, digital readout, no doubt. Cop blocks from the draft, the weed house show elegance. Hate females with no intelligence, embezzlement. Got big boys behind the metal fence. Merrill Lynch, insure life, crisp or right, this or ice. Sex chicks or types, general status. Smoothness mixed with malice, trips to Dallas. Built a pool in my palace. Who want what? For more monies, I want to cut. Extorting, taught from the corners that brung us up. 60-inch screens, laser disc with the beam. It's my life, I'm holding the dice, don't intervene. I send a team to smash out your whole plans. No cold hands, live with a hunger, the whole grand. So from state biz to large cats and lace cribs, it's firm biz. Y'all know what time it is.
I'm talking firm biz to you, baby. Talking about the firm that is. I'm talking firm biz to you, baby. Talking about the firm that is. That is.
Pick the stick.
You were checking out the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. The firm Dr. Dre produced, right? Had to have a little shaky. There's very few projects that Dr. Dre has done that have been mediocre. That firm album had a little shaky.
Why do you think?
It seemed like it was rushed, first of all.
Okay.
And I don't think that those personalities that were on there match.
The group, the firm, or just working with Dr. Dre?
Just the group, the firm.
So you don't think AZ and Nas meshed together?
I don't think that they meshed the way that they could have.
Wow.
Yeah, it just seems like it to me. Am I tripping?
A tad bit. I mean, I agree with you as far as the project, the firm.
Yeah.
But I mean, when AZ and Nas get together on a record, I mean, it's pure gold.
So why didn't it go well? You don't think they meshed with Dr. Dre, that West Coast sound?
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. That's what I'm thinking about. Because, you know, I always praise a lot of the East Coast cats when they come and they spit over West Coast beats.
There's been a whole bunch of successful ones.
Yeah, but this one, you probably can make the case that it was rushed. And maybe just the Dr. Dre, Nas sound just didn't work together. But, hey, Nas is working with Hit Boy, who's from the West Coast. And, man, this is like throwback Nas.
It's funny you say that because when Jay-Z came and worked with Dr. Dre, which album was that? Blueprint 3? Which album is that?
Oh, that was Blueprint 2.
2?
Yes.
They say that's his worst album.
Blueprint 2?
Would you agree?
No.
No?
I wouldn't agree with that.
But there are some success stories, though. Like Busta Rhymes came over and did a hell of an album with Dr. Dre.
He did. To me, that was probably arguably his best album.
Break your neck, come on.
That Big Bang Theory was hard. The record he got with Rick James. When I was a young boy, growing up in the ghetto.
No, my heater is gung, 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 gung.
Oh, yeah. I think I played that one.
That is my heater!
So I don't know. It just depends sometimes.
Eve came over, did a great album with Dr. Dre. Who else? I mean, there's been a few East Coast artists that have come over here and worked with Dre.
That's real.
But that firm, to me, I think he considers it a flop, though.
Dr. Dre?
Yeah, he's rapped it in verses before that.
And I'm with you. They that was still a banger right there. That Firm Biz, and they had Phone Tap, which was another banger in my opinion. But
Big Boy's been using that for 20 years.
You're right. Phone Tapped. Speaking of AZ,
yeah,
that to me right there, he's an MC that should have been on that list. Despite the fact that he hasn't really had a classic album, when you this pure lyricism and the essence of East Coast rap, that's AZ.
Okay. We're going to do the list at some point, and I told you I got my 7, but we got to think about which 7 we taking off. Now, you know who I'm going to start with.
If he ain't listening.
I mean, come on, Gucci got to go, but I could pull off another 6 in a minute, and I'm going to pull off some that are probably controversial because I told you Missy shouldn't even be on the list. Some disagree with that. I go, Missy is not a rapper. She's an R&B artist.
I've come around to that because I can't think of any hip-hop records that she's created, like where she's just rapping.
Because based on that list, she is the 2nd greatest female hip-hop artist of all time, right behind Nicki. Is that what we doing? Is that what we doing to Queen Latifah? Is that what we doing to MC Light? Is that what we doing? Come on, y'all.
You heard about the rumored verses, right?
No.
You haven't?
Uh-uh.
So Swizz Beatz was on the Breakfast Club sometime last week,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe they asked him about verses or whatnot, because you know they've been on hiatus for a time.
Yeah.
I think Charlamagne might have asked about Lil Kim and Nicki Minaj, and Swizz Beatz really didn't want to respond to it. So he was just like, "There's a reason why we've been on hiatus for this long. It's only right that when we come back, it's gonna be a hater."
Hate to say it. Nicki would wash Lil Kim. Are we gonna keep it real up in here? Nicki would wash Lil Kim. Matter of fact, Nicki would wash 95% of the male MCs.
Wow.
We're gonna keep it real
That's
up in
big.
here. She got a catalog. She got longevity. She got a catalog. She gonna have energy on stage.
Lil Kim could do some Junior Mafia records.
That's cheating.
How is that cheating? That's part of the verses.
But if you're gonna tell Lil Kim, Nicki Minaj, she could dig into her Young Money bag.
She
It's really
absolutely-
gonna get out of control. You want her to do that? All them tracks she did with Weezy and Drizzy? You don't want to do that?
Yeah, you're right. You're right. My girl said it's an unfair matchup, though.
On in whose favor?
Not in anybody's particular favor. She just thinks they're two different sounds.
Well, they're only putting them together because they're female. I mean, let's keep it real. I think you should put Nicki in there with a male MC.
Wow.
Someone that is comparable. I don't know who. Drake's probably too much.
Yeah.
But somebody that has spanned, she's been doing this for 20 years, right?
Just about.
So somebody that spans 20 years, has a catalog of hits, pop and hardcore.
I think that would be unfair.
Why?
You know the male-female dynamic, man. It's always going to be some, he's just a man, that's why everybody, or she's just a woman, that's why Nicki Minaj got all the votes and stuff like that. I could definitely see that being played.
We got to think about that one. That's tough. I would love to see Nicki battle. I would love for her to keep her personality in check. That's one thing that I'm really not liking about Nicki of 2023. It seems like she's picking fights with anybody. As a matter of fact, Doja Cat came out the other day and said her next album's going to be all hip-hop. And Nicki, for some reason, start throwing jabs.
Oh, she threatened because Doja is popping.
Doja is, do you consider her a rapper? But she said her next album's going to be hip-hop. And, of course, Nicki got all up in her feelings. And I don't know why. Women get mad when we compare women in hip-hop, but then when a woman says she's coming out to do some hip-hop, women fight amongst each other. Y'all can't have it both ways. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think Doja Cat should come out and do that because, first of all, I think she's mad talented.
Very, very.
I didn't like her past, what she said about us black people back in the day. We ain't going to get into that right now. However, as far as musically and talent and the whole nine, Doja Cat is, man, really nice with it, man.
100%. And I think, with Nicki, I just think it's kind of like the Kobe LeBron situation, right?
Yeah.
Doja's that she's LeBron coming into the game,
yeah,
about to, take Kobe off of the throne, and Nicki's like, I'm still here. Don't forget about me.
But do a project with her then. She did a project with Icy Spice, like
Ice
anybody
Spice,
cares. Terrible song. Nobody care about that song.
It was all eye candy.
You grab Doja Cat. Remember Kobe and LeBron did that Nike commercial with the puppets?
They sure did.
Why couldn't Nicki say, Doja, let's do a song together?
I'm with you.
But she won't do it.
You know why?
Why?
The female ego. Nobody wants to talk about that though. They got huger egos than we do.
Send all emails to Andy at
Smiley Audio Media.
You could make the case because remember speaking of the Met, everybody's talking about the Met Gala going on tonight. By the way, man, Tiana Taylor's fired. By the way, but y'all remember when Cardi B threw that shoe at Nicki Minaj a couple years ago? Remember?
Yeah,
that was at the Met Gala. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that.
So yeah, guys don't get down like that, man.
There you go. You got your competitor, Nicki versus Cardi.
She'd watch Cardi too.
I don't know about that.
Cardi got one album, man.
That album is flames.
It's one of the biggest albums of all time. But it's one album.
What's gonna beat Bodak Yellow? That thing got 1 billion views on YouTube.
It went diamond. It's one of the biggest rap tracks of all time.
Come on.
Does Nicki have one of those?
Nope.
Super Bass?
Not touching Bodak Yellow.
I bet that's 1 billion views. I haven't checked.
Super Bass?
I bet Super Bass is 1 billion.
I'm gonna go ahead and check.
We gonna check, and we'll get back into it. on the other side. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. Marcus said Nicki male competition would be Drake. No. Drake would wash Nicki. Drake got hits. Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles.
From middays to nighttime.
Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Moments like hearing my cat purr good morning mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When you're an innovative business, every blinking cursor, every blank page is an opportunity. What will you do with it? Will you make something better or create something new? Our Dell Technologies advisors provide you with tools and expertise to do incredible things. Because we believe there's an innovator in all of us. For advice on smart PCs powered by Intel vPro that's built for business, call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
The rent is too damn high. KBLA joins you in calling for affordable housing. The LA Tenants Union is a diverse, tenant-led movement fighting for the human right to housing for all. The LA Tenants Union demands safe, affordable housing and union rent control. They organize against landlord harassment, mass evictions, and displacement, and mobilize for the repeal of the Ellis Act and Costa-Hawkins Act. The LA Tenants Union is on a mission to strengthen tenants' political power through education, advocacy, and direct action. To get help with your eviction or other landlord-tenant issues, take action for justice, or become a member, visit latenantsunion.org. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yeah, I was trying to tell Andy he didn't believe me, but listen, Bodak Yellow was a big old song, 1 billion views. It's a beautiful thing, man. One of the biggest songs of all time. However, that Fast and Furious song, Wiz Khalifa, Charlie Puth, See You Again, biggest one ever. That's one of the biggest, not just rap songs, biggest videos on YouTube ever. How many views?
5.8 billion.
5.8 billion with a B views. That's crazy.
What that tells me is that it touched the world.
Yes.
I mean, I don't know how many people's in America, United States, but
yeah,
aren't we like 7 billion in the world? If I'm not mistaken, 8 billion.
I think it's 8.
So for 5.8 billion views, that's like 75% of the world.
That's when they start using the word ubiquitous. Like when a song is just everywhere. Like when that song came out, it was huge. Paul Walker's death tied to a hit movie, and Wiz Khalifa was on fire at that moment too.
Time, yep.
So it's like, wow. I mean, you want to say lightning in a bottle, maybe? And it's a good song.
Wiz Khalifa's probably set for life on that song alone.
He hasn't put out. When was the last time he put out an album? He came out of the gates on fire. That black and yellow, black and yellow. But he came out and probably, what did he do? 2 albums? He did that terrible movie with Snoop. Terrible.
Mac and Devin go to high school.
Terrible. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Have you seen it?
I have.
It's terrible.
I love the Soul Plane.
Yeah. Is it worse than The Wash?
Oh,
You've
The
seen
Wash
it?
was hard.
Come on!
The Wash was hard. I like all them hood movies. Oh, that was hard.
That would be a hood movie, there is no doubt. But it was terrible. Let's get some clips in, man. We've been holding on to these clips for like a week. Can we do them tonight? Let's go. It is time we bring you a few more of the Upon Further Review clips that you've all sent us over the past few days. Clips that extend the conversation on some of the topics we've touched on recently on The Danny Mo Show. This first clip is an oldie but nowhere near a goodie. It touches on a topic of conversation we had a couple weeks ago. Wow, a couple weeks ago. A listener sent me this and believes that the incident between Chris Brown and Rihanna back in 2009 was the catalyst that inspired an entire generation of black women to stop allowing men to harm them. We will go back in time. Listen.
He was definitely my first big love. We were best friends, so we fell in love with each other. To fall in love with your best friend, it can be scary. We just fell really fast. The more in love we became, the more dangerous we became for each other, equally as dangerous, because it was a bit of an obsession, almost. I caught him in LA, and he wouldn't tell the truth. So I wouldn't drop it. I kept saying I couldn't take that he kept lying to me, and he couldn't take that I wouldn't drop it, because obviously his back was up against the wall. The truth is right here in the text message. It escalated into him being violent towards me, and
I don't know if you guys remember the conversation that we had touching on, I think it was the Jonathan Majors conversation on what can happen in an automobile, or what can happen even in a home or a party or wherever, and what the responsibilities are of a man. But then people started asking, if a man is being attacked, what do you do? Now, all I say is the same thing that I tell my sons on the regular. Get the hell out of there. And they go, that's easier said than done. Like if somebody coming at you with some fists, or somebody got a bat, or somebody got a knife or something, you got to defend yourself. I go, I don't buy that. I don't. There is always an opportunity to get the hell out of there. Now, people have pretty much thrown Chris Brown under the bus over the last 15 years or so. When did that take place? About 15 years ago, maybe? And they're still giving him a hard time, which is part of the reason he wasn't able to perform. Was it Grammys or American Music Awards? He wasn't able to perform. Yeah, AMAs, and they were basically saying, we can't have, an abuser on stage, performing a tribute to a child molester. Their words, not mine, because he was going to do a Michael Jackson tribute. And I thought that was foul. On both fronts, by the way. But go ahead.
But they let the devil perform.
But they let the devil get on stage, and Sam Smith with horns and a whole nine. Don't get me started. That's a whole different conversation. But that being said, it's unfair that Chris Brown was put in that position and maybe was even attacked first. But the problem is, I don't care. And a lot of cats don't want to hear that. They go, man, she swings, she grown enough to get swung back on. I go, no. There's never a reason to hit a woman. I'm sorry, guys. A lot of guys don't buy that. They go, you ain't ever been in that position? I'm here to report, yes, I have. I've been there. And I refuse to swing back.
So what'd you do, Danny?
You get out of there, man.
What did you do?
Why are you asking me twice? What's the deal? You think I'm lying?
I'm not saying that you're lying. You just that I wasn't feeling your answer. What did you do specifically in that situation?
I got the hell out of there. You want me to say it with some vigor? I did.
Could you break down
I can't because
was it
her family may be listening to this.
Was it in a car?
No, it was in a home.
It was in a home, okay.
And it was I can't get into detail.
It was your back against the wall.
Oh no.
Okay.
It was frontal.
Okay.
And you get out. Because there are times to where a woman might be wanting for you to react. So she can call 911 and get your behind locked up. Let's keep it real up in here.
A thin line between love and hate.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. But, fellas, there is never a reason to put hands on a woman. I'm sorry. Does cats disagree? They go, anybody, male or female, regardless of age, if they swing on you, that must mean that they are ready to get swung on. I go, that is the biggest piece of nonsense I've ever heard.
How do you feel about crimes of passion?
Well, if a man walks in on his woman in bed with another man,
no, let's
is that what you're doing?
No, let's flip it back because, and I'm not defending us men. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But there are situations where, the female partner will find their male partner cheating or whatever.
So
right?
the man is the guilty one. Okay.
And, because the female partner's upset, angry, does something to the man.
Okay.
Ends up
you get out of
killing the person.
Once
whatever,
again, you
right?
get out of there again. Now you saying if she got a gun or something?
I'm just
if she has a weapon to where you can't necessarily get up and run.
Yeah, but I'm also I guess I'm trying to compare, right, a crime of passion to not advocating for the man to touch a woman, but just I feel like they're kind of similar to a degree.
I don't think that self-defense should cause for you to put your hands on a woman. I don't.
Even if you're getting hit with a stiletto?
Which happens.
That's sharp.
Still no.
Okay.
I won't do it. I won't do it. And it ain't because I'm like some, alpha male and I'm better than all the other men out there. I never put hands on them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying you cannot convince me that there isn't an opportunity for you to clear the spot. Get up out of there. Just get up out of there, man. She may chase you. She may jump on top of your car. She may bust out your windshield while you're trying to get out the driveway. All that stuff may happen. I'm here to tell you, you can get out of there.
Okay.
Come on. I just think some guys, you get punched in the face.
Mm-hmm.
You get kicked in the huevos.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different conversation. Cats be like, bruh.
That's the male ego right
That's
there.
the ego right there.
Yeah.
And then and she talking, she yapping too, you know what I'm saying? You ain't even the best sex I ever had. My ex was 10 times better than you.
Oh, that's a low blow.
You hung like a light switch. What you do? Men go off, what? What? And they'll say something that'll really send you into the stratosphere. That's why I had sex with your cousin. Like they go messing with you, and cats be swinging. I'm here to tell you, get out of there. Because if she call the cops, you gonna go to jail, no doubt, or worse. She ain't even got to have no marks on her. If the cops show up and say, he hit me, they gonna take you in. That's it. So why not do yourself a favor? Get up out of there, man. It's tough. It's tough. So back to Chris Brown. You're in a car. You're in a confined space. And Rihanna, allegedly, was swinging on him. Going crazy. And he, unfortunately, retaliated.
She said she wouldn't let it go.
She said it with her own words. We just heard it.
Mm-hmm.
She said, I saw the text. It's right there. And I wouldn't let it go. And Chris is probably like, it's a friend. What are you talking about? Yeah, I got female friends. And she wouldn't let it go. So she probably swings on him. And he goes way overboard. Now, some would say if you're in a car and a woman swings on you and does something, what do? You pull over and you tell her to get out.
Who was one of them driving? Or they were in the back seat being driven?
I don't know. Has that been reported they were in a car?
My understanding.
Being driven?
That was my understanding.
Then you get out there. Somebody has to exit the vehicle so that thing doesn't happen. Jonathan Majors, allegedly. Boy, he's trying his best to salvage his career, ain't he? But Jonathan Majors allegedly put his hands around her neck, right? Allegedly. It could have been one of them situations where she took off on him. I don't get how some men have just a reflex to retaliate on anybody that harms them. That might be a black male thing. I don't know.
Speak on it.
Somebody harm you. Look, you know how we grew up, man. You got to defend yourself. Somebody trying to punk you, you better do something. You better don't you let them punk you. We grow up that way, man.
I'm not trying to make excuses. I guess I'm coming from a space where I understand.
You can't understand that.
I
You can understand putting your hands around the neck of a woman. You don't understand that.
I don't know about that one in particular, but just we won't let the next man talk to us crazy.
Right.
So regardless of whether you're male or female, it's just don't talk to me like that. Well, you already said we're already living on edge.
We are.
You know what I mean? So just the tiniest thing could trigger you. Once again, I'm not advocating. I'm not saying I agree. I just have an understanding.
And that is why women go to the to the depths of hell, bottom of the barrel, when they want to say something about you, whenever they are harmed in some way. If they catch you with somebody, some would say they have license to say whatever they want to say about you. If they catch you in bed, especially her bed, yeah, it's a whole different conversation. And they're going to say some things. And it ain't going to be, hey, how's your day? It's going to be, how do I just undress this man, so to speak, right now and make him feel bad? Harm his ego as much as I possibly can. A lot of women do it, man, and they do it successfully. And some brothers don't know, they're not in touch with their emotions, you know what I'm saying? They've never gone through any counseling or therapy of any sort. They just know if somebody comes at me cross, I'm going to react. And then they wind up doing something stupid. And there's cats in jail right now that hauled off on a woman for some words. Never understood that. Never understood that. For some words? You going to go to jail because she said something to you? Never understood. And I just don't believe in harming a woman that way, man. I don't. Ever. I just can't. I'm trying to come up with a reason. I can't find one reason you should do it. Get out of there. I tell my sons all the time. If your woman starts taking off on you, get out of there. Okay? And in my opinion, don't go back. Because if a woman is willing to go that far with you to where she wants to put hands on you, don't go back. You with the wrong woman if she wants to inflict physical harm on you. People get into arguments all the time. But T. John said, no violence is acceptable, none. Women using hands, men using hands, unacceptable. It's very much an immature response. It's a trauma response. Exactly. I just don't understand why some people feel you can swing on somebody. And some women go, well, I'm only 120 pounds and he's 265. I don't really hurt him when... No. Punches in the face hurt. I don't care how much you weigh. Especially a bat. That hurts too, by the way. Kick in the huevos. Oh, yeah, it hurt. It's a delayed reaction, though. You get kicked in the balls and you go, hey, did she? What? Oh, my God. About 5 seconds. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we have more upon further review clips. On the other side, Danny Mo Show, KBLA, right now, news and traffic, check it.
Nighttime is the right time for Danny Morrison on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Julius White. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network. A federal judge is denying former President Trump's request for a mistrial in his civil battery and defamation case. Cross-examination of writer E. Jean Carroll resumed in New York this morning following the ruling. Trump's lawyer, Joe Tacopina, had argued that Judge Lewis Kaplan had made pervasive, unfair, and prejudicial rulings in the case. Meantime, the Seattle Washington Public Library has joined an initiative to oppose book bans. Many of the banned books are by or about Black, Indigenous, people of color, or LGBTQ+ people. The library says reading these books can help people understand themselves and connect to others. Hollywood is bracing for a possible strike by TV and movie writers. Last-ditch efforts are underway to avoid a walkout by nearly 20,000 members of the Writers Guild of America. I'm Julius White on your home for 24/7 News, the Black Information Network, and BINnews.com.
Need an accident attorney by your side? All you got to do is call the accident guys.
Injured in a car accident or at work? Call the accident guys. Because unlike other firms, an attorney will negotiate your case, not a paralegal.
Follow the leader. KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader. Be sure to follow us on Instagram at KBLA 1580.
Follow the leader.
Are you ready?
The station leading the way with exclusive interviews,
Follow the leader.
stimulating conversation, and intellectual discourse that empowers, enlightens, and informs.
Follow the leader.
Follow the leader at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Keep following the leader.
Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
The Los Angeles Urban League and Parkside Economic Development Corporation are working to close the wealth gap between black and white households. B-Warp, the Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program's free virtual workshops will help your family acquire, gain, maintain, and pass down legacy wealth. Learn from the experts about making more with what you have, the Black history of money, joining the Smart Investors Club, preserving your assets in tough times, crypto, cash in or cash out, the wealthy mind and body. Register for this free series that could change your financial future at laul.org/BWAARP. Don't miss B-Warp, the Black Wealth Attainment and Retention Program, every 2nd and 4th Thursday in February, March, and April at 6 p.m. Pacific Time. Register now at laul.org/BWAARP. Congratulations to One United Bank for being this week's winner of KBLA's Office of the Week. Your office won lunch for 10, delivered by the original Taco Pete. Congratulations to One United
Hey,
Bank.
Dad, how do airplanes fly? What's in this box? Is this tree good for climbing? How are babies made? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Talking to them about gun safety in your home is a good first step, but you can do more. Always keep your guns locked, unloaded, and stored separately from ammunition. Safe gun storage saves lives. Learn how to make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. That's endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Mornings were made for better things than rheumatoid arthritis or RA. Xeljanz tofacitinib is a pill for adults with moderate to severe RA when tumor necrosis factor blockers did not work well or could not be tolerated. Xeljanz can help relieve joint pain, swelling, and help stop further joint damage. Xeljanz can lower your ability to fight infections. Don't start if you have one. Before and during treatment, your doctor should check for infections like TB and do blood tests. Serious, sometimes fatal infections, cancers including lymphoma and lung, blood clots, serious heart-related events, tears in the stomach or intestines, and allergic reactions have happened. People 50 and older with heart disease risk factors have an increased risk of death. Tell your doctor if you've had hepatitis B or C, have flu-like symptoms, are prone to infections, or have ever had a heart attack, stroke, clot, or other heart problems, or swelling of lips, tongue, throat, or hives. Ask your doctor about prescription Xeljanz. Visit Xeljanz.com or call 1-844-XELJANZ.
The possibility of lung cancer can be pretty scary, especially if you're one of approximately 8 million current or former smokers at high risk. That's why SaveByTheScan.org wants you to know that now there's a breakthrough low-dose CT scan that can detect lung cancer early, and it only takes 60 seconds. You stop smoking, now start screening. For an easy quiz to see if you're eligible, visit SaveByTheScan.org. It could save your life. SaveByTheScan.org is brought to you by the American Lung Association's Lung Force Initiative and the Ad Council.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
That's hip hop right there. Let's go. Come on.
Party people's in the place to be. Just for you, it's the Ultra Magnetic MC. Say what? We the pipe the hell with childish rhyme. Cause the jam is just moving. The crowd is steady moving. To a supersonic pace with high the stupid bass. With some pep in the step. Cause the beat is so funky, the pace is well kept. Come on. The same old rhythm that a baby can pick up and join right with them, but the rhymes are pathetic. They think they quote aesthetic, using nursery terms, at least not poetic. On an educated base, intelligent, wise. As the record just turned, you learn, plus earn by the flame of the lyrics, which cooks the human brain, providing overheating knowledge by means causing pain, making migraine headaches yourself start to melt while the techniques spin. The wax is on the belt, motivating clockwise. The more you realize, more love's moving steady by most. We're ever ready like a battery. Charged and work the alkaline, yes, the mystery to solve. So seeking to find these words I've given extreme and out driven with a Datsun. A Maxim of the guy, yes, the wizard Cool Keith, and I'm sporting my rhyme, cause we're
Ultra. That's the Ultramagnetic MCs on the Danny Morrison Show, KBLA Talk 1580. The origins of hip hop right there, boy. Why am I sweating so much tonight? You notice that? It's warm in here. I'm sweating like R. Kelly at Chuck E. Cheese, man. It's crazy right now. What's the deal? I don't usually sweat this much. I think it's this shirt, too. You know what I'm saying? The fan is on. It's on high, as a matter of fact. You know what's crazy about that kind of hip-hop? Like, that's what I grew up on, right? And first time I heard hip-hop, I was done. I was like, man, that changed my life. And I've always been nice with the pen. So I used to rhyme. We used to win. Me and my homeboy Khalil used to win rap contests all over town and just go over and just eat up MCs. And we used to, we got a couple trophies at a couple rap contests and such. But that's when I figured out I knew that I wanted to write.
What made you stop rapping?
I was too cute.
What that mean?
I thought I was too cute. Like the girls were going R&B, you know what I'm saying? And that was during like the Michael Jackson and Prince and all that. So I was like, I guess rap ain't really the thing. And keep in mind, and here comes NWA, kicking the door in. Even though, Ice Cube looked just like me, or I look just like Ice Cube. But yeah, it seems like it wasn't cool anymore to do the hip hop thing. Everybody was going gangsta, and I'm far from gangsta, as you could tell.
Did you regret?
Yes.
Okay.
I'll tell a little quick story. I don't know if I've ever told this story over the air. By the way, TJ John said, we must begin giving everyone, and certainly young people, language to describe their feelings and emotions. We have to figure out how to encourage dignity and self-respect. This seems a tall order. Pray. Who is this TJ? She's amazing.
Yo, she dropping fire.
I don't know who you are, Queen, but I hope that you stay in our YouTube feed every night. You are dropping some knowledge tonight.
Or give us a call.
Or give us a call. That'd be great, too, because something tells me you'd be a great call. 1-800-920-1580. 1-800-920-1580. So I am 14, maybe 15. I think 14. And me and my homeboy, we used to, I don't want to call his name out, we used to just rap all over town. And we're making some hay in my town. And we were really, really starting to get a little, people were
capacity and how? Like,
people were starting to invite us to come and perform in certain events. And
okay,
it was like, wow,
clubs and bars?
Not clubs, and we were kids.
Okay, okay. Right.
I mean, like community events things like that. So I was thinking that we could do it. I was thinking that we could at least get a hit single out because, the West Coast was starting to pop, and I was like,
What was y'all group name?
Cold Chillin'.
Cold Chillin'.
I'm putting him out there right now when I say that. So he got into a situation, and he wasn't going to be around anymore. I won't get into detail. Yeah. But there was a woman that lived around the corner from us, and she wasn't from here. She was from L.A. As a matter of fact, she was from Compton, and she would come down and hang out with her family in our neighborhood. So every time we would walk around the corner, she'd be like, I want to hear y'all rap. And we would just, start flowing. And, man, I'm telling you, I was, really gifted with the pen. I was yeah, I felt that, I was kind of Rakimish back in the day. I was really cool with my word, put my words together, as you could probably tell now. I was really cool. I was the same way back when I was a kid. And she was like, I got an idea. Y'all come back and see me tomorrow. I got an idea. And I was like, what's up? So all night we like, she gonna give us some money. She want us to perform with her. She gonna take us to LA and we gonna perform. Next day we show up and she goes, I have a cousin that I talked to about you two. He wants me to bring you guys down to LA so you guys can do a demo.
Wow.
Right? Now I'm a kid. Whoa. I'm a kid. I'm 14, like I said. And I'm like, yo, we jumping up and down in the whole nine. But he was on his way to going away for a while.
Damn.
And I was like, don't worry, man. We do this demo. I'll push it while you gone. And I'll make sure we'll pop.
So you was going to go solo to LA?
He and I would go to LA together before he left.
Got it.
And when he goes away, I would push it, whatever marketing I could do, whatever advertising I could do with the track. So he was like, cool. A few days goes by. He's got to go to court. And they gave him the date that he was going to have to turn himself in. And he had a really close girlfriend. Really close. So on a like 2-3 days before we were supposed to come down here to Los Angeles to record that demo. He goes, "You gonna be mad, or you gonna hate me so much. My girlfriend wants me to spend that day with her because I'm going away for a while. I cannot go record that demo." I was furious, man. I was furious. We never recorded that demo. And who's to say? I mean, we joke around about it now. Who's to say that could have been Dr. Dre?
Facts. In Compton, too.
It was in Compton. That could have been DJ Quick. We don't know.
Right.
But it's one of the things we look back. Yo. But see how women be ruining our life? Women always ruining our life. I could be a famous rapper right now. All right. Let me get a couple more comments. Kwamel said, "What do you know about ultramagnetic? Does Danny or Andy mess with Cool Keith?" I'll be honest, not at the top of my list. I don't know a lot about that cat, but I know that he's legendary. I can tell you that. Don't know a lot about the ultramagnetic MCs. I know they come from the origins of hip-hop, and maybe he should have been on the list, too. This second clip comes from a cat named Christ-like Kingdom, and the king sent me this as a referendum on my cornrows. He tells me that his opinion is biblical and that my hair shouldn't be as long as it is, and my hairstyle just might send me into the depths of hell. Not sure if he's kidding, but I didn't see any laughing emojis attached. Listen.
Hello everyone, it is Bronson. And today I want to talk to you guys about men having long hair. Should a man have long hair according to the words of God, according to what is written? Should a man have long hair? Well, let's start in 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 14. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 14. Doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair, it is a shame unto him?
I'm going to hell.
So for a man to have long hair, it is a shameful thing. It says, if a man
he reads it again.
Have long hair,
we get it.
It is a shame.
Who's this, my mother?
Unto him. And it also makes it quite clear that nature itself teaches you this.
How?
It says, doth not even nature itself teach you that if a man have long hair,
Andy, you going to hell with me?
It is a shame
Man, you
unto
both.
him? In today's society, they try to make it a cool thing for a man to have long hair, for a man to be
cool.
Wearing a man bun.
I'm sexy.
Or for somebody else
What's wrong
that
with a man
can't
bun?
have a man bun, for them to have dreadlocks. They will try to make it seem as if it is a cool thing.
They're called locks, not dreadlocks.
When in reality, what they're doing is they're making the man to be more feminine. They are taking the masculinity away from the man. They want the man to be more feminine. Men are not to have long hair.
So,
it is a shameful thing for a man to have long hair, and nature itself teaches us that man should not have long hair.
I
will see you all later.
I want to know how nature teaches us that man shouldn't have long hair when practically every man can grow long hair. That part didn't make sense to me. But he reached out to me because he heard me talking about my cornrows, and he was like, I want you to see this. You're not supposed to have long. You consider yourself to be a Christian. So how can you have long hair?
And see, this is why you can't just take a scripture.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to read the chapters before it and after it for context.
Mhm.
Because in what context does that mean?
Right.
And then you got to understand it was a different time back then.
Facts.
Come on.
Look, it's probably sacrilege once again, but let me say it again. I'll reiterate what I've said on this show multiple times. God don't care about none of this little stuff that y'all be focusing on. He just does not care. I mean, I don't claim to be God by any stretch of the imagination, but I guarantee betcha all he cares about is how you treat your fellow man. He don't care that you eat pork. He don't care how many times you pray in a day. He doesn't care. What he cares about is how you treat your fellow man. Now, he wants you to have a personal relationship with him. Make no mistake. Keep in contact with him. I talk to God all day, every day. Not because of some set schedule, just because I just kind of get down like that. But God don't care that your hair is long. He doesn't. Last I checked, Jesus had some long hair. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make sense. So don't pay attention to that stuff. And my hair is the longest it's been in my life right now. This hair, if I unravel this thing, I look like a black Q-tip right now. You'd have to grease my ears to get out the door. You think I'm playing? It's a lot of hair on top of my head right now. That being said, I don't think it means I'm sinning by any stretch of the imagination. That's just me. 1-800-920-1580, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, our next clip I will play for you. And it's about a man. A man will show you how much he loves you simply by the way he treats you when he's mad at you. Danny Mo Show, KBLA, stay there.
From Bakersfield to Los Angeles. From middays to nighttime. Like George and Wheezy, Danny Morrison is moving on up at KBLA Talk 1580.
Outrage in Egypt over Netflix's Black Cleopatra. Maisha Cairo here with your K-Black Minute News, brought to you by Lendistry. The life of Cleopatra VII, Queen of Egypt from 51 to 30 BC, is still captivating even now in 2023. The recent announcement of Netflix's upcoming docuseries, Queen Cleopatra, which casts Black British actress Adele James as its coveted lead, has the Queen's ethnicity as a topic of conversation once again. Narrated by the talented Jada Pinkett Smith, this docuseries will uncover the truth behind Cleopatra's heritage, intellect, and beauty. I know I'll be watching. Will you? Let us know on all of our socials at KBLA 1580. I'm Maisha Cairo, and we've got a lot to talk about.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go: shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms: irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Some people won't give you the real talk on drugs, but it's time we know the facts. Fentanyl is killing people. It's a powerful opioid, often made illegally and commonly mixed with illicit drugs. It can even be pressed into counterfeit pills that resemble prescription medications. Just 2 milligrams, about the size of a few grains of sand, can potentially be lethal. This isn't an ad to scare you, but it is an ad to make you think twice. Get the facts. Go to realdealonfentanyl.com. This message is brought to you by the Ad Council.
At Charmin, we heard you shouldn't talk about going to the bathroom in public, so we decided to sing about it.
Roll Charmin ultra strong when you drop in the beat. It cleans with way less effort on your seat. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Yeah, roll it, drop it. Okay. Charmin flows extra strong from the road. Your butt hella clean while you're sitting on the bowl. Yeah, it's all you need for that bathroom groove. Get you in and out without nothing to prove.
Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better so you can use less. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Mom's early Alzheimer's diagnosis was hard to take.
And when I left the oven on, we decided together that it was time to see a doctor and make a plan.
Early detection gave us more time to seek out information and support as a family.
If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together. For more information, visit alz.org/time to talk. A message from the Alzheimer's Association and the Ad Council.
Real talk, real time, the gospel truth. You're listening to the Danny Morrison Show on KBLA Talk 1580.
We're currently smack dab inside my upon further review clips. By the way, let me get some comments here. Pretty Brown Mimi said, women we had so much pleasure, we add so much pleasure to men's lives. At Danny Morrison. You do. I love me some ladies. Don't get it twisted. Marcus said, we have more things to worry about than people's hair. B said, what determines how long hair can be to be considered long? That's a good question. If it's shoulder length, is your hair long? I don't know. Does it have to be at your ears? I don't know. TJ John, number one, who is they? Yeah. Marcus said, so based on King James Version of what God and Jesus look like, didn't they have long hair? LOL. Mimi said, who is this man? Who determines a man's hairstyle or length? She also said, am I sleepy at almost 3 a.m. in Florida, or did he repeat himself 3 times? Yeah, he repeated himself like 4 times. He did. Oh, I forgot to say hi. Hi, everybody. I'm going to watch the replay. For me, it's not about a man's hair length, but his character. Well, thank you. We appreciate. I thought she was going to go another route. It's not about his hair length. It's about another length. But, you know, it's a different conversation. Just, you know, man, maybe that's how Mimi gets down on
What
that.
more do you want from me?
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? And you know, go on do it, Mimi. You're in Florida. Go on do your thing. We know what that state is shaped like. I'm sorry. I'm goofy. The later it gets, the more goofy I get. Let's get to this next clip before we get up out of here. This third clip features a random cat giving his assessment on why he believes the man will show you how much he loves you simply by the way he treats you when he's mad at you, and he makes some strong points. Listen.
How that man treats you when he's mad tells you everything that you need to know about him. You think about men, like when we really love a woman, regardless of how mad at her we are, it's not gonna stop us from doing our duties as her man or as her husband, right? We could be done just gotten a big argument, but that's not gonna stop us from checking that car to make sure that air's in those tires and make sure that there ain't no emergency lights on and, you know, having her call us when she get to where she going and things of that nature, like ensuring her safety. That's our job, to protect and provide. Regardless of how mad at her we are, that's not gonna stop us from doing those things, right? But if you have a man who gets mad at you and just shuts down completely, and he out running the streets, or he get mad and talk to you any kind of way, calling you out your name, all type of stuff, getting physical with you, you know, mentally abusive, physically abusive, things of that nature, you with the wrong man. That man does not love you. That is not what love looks like. It's not.
That is all facts right there, man. It is. Here's what I've learned in my years on this earth when it comes to relationships. And I have a litany of failed relationships behind me, okay? Now, let me rephrase that. I've only got a few relationships, but as far as, like, connections, how about that? I have a litany of failed connections behind me. And I think it's because you have to have somebody that is literally about you. Like, you guys are ride or die. And you have to tell the world, we gonna be together. Can you find somebody that says, I don't care what's going on around us, we gonna be together? When you with somebody, you have to fight to be together. Why? Because outside forces in this world are gonna do everything possible to tear y'all apart, especially if y'all look happy. If y'all on social media, smiling, all on cruises and everything, all on planes, you know, y'all traveling, y'all looking good, trust me, all up in the videos. I guarantee you, there's people in your DMs or his DMs or her DMs trying to break y'all apart. Why? Because for some strange reason, people in general don't like to see people happy. What is that FOMO they talk about? Fear of missing out? And they look at, let's say you're a woman and you see your friend, your female friend with a man, and he's a good man. He got a good job, you know, he good looking, you know what I'm saying? He taking pictures with the kids and everything, keep a good job and everything. Some women got a problem with that, man. Some women got a problem with seeing, you know, her girlfriend just bomb with a good man. And while she over there by herself, same with the fellas, though. Fellas will look at a guy with a bomb woman and will do everything possible. Be like her picture first, you know, he'll like a picture. And just wait for there to be trouble in paradise, you know. He ain't gonna push up too far on her, but he just waiting. Let her post something about, you know, they always put those cryptic, you know, memes on their page. I could do bad all by myself. You know, she posts that. Oh, snap. Terrence is in her DMs. You good? you good? Huh? And you guys have probably heard me say, look, a man does not want to steal another man's woman. He does not want her to be his wife, his girlfriend. No, he wants to have sex with that woman. That's all he wants. He ain't trying to like take her and say, this is my boo. Women are different. Women want that husband. Women want that relationship. So women will say, I'm gonna take that man because I look better than her. That's how you gonna say something? Because that's how women get down. They will take your husband. But on both cases, it's just nonsense, man. People trying to get all up in your business. The more happier you are, the more people going to try to tear it apart. And that is why I say you cannot be in a healthy union if you are on social media all the time. Sorry. Y'all got to delete that thing.
I think that's the trauma bonding right there as well, too.
Yep. Trauma bonding, real talk.
Because it's like, I mean, as you're speaking, it got me thinking of just regular conversation. If I ask you how you doing, I don't want to hear, or my bad, if you say that you're fine,
yeah,
and then you start like talking about what you did this weekend, and you had a great weekend, that's going to make me feel bad.
You think so?
For some people.
Okay.
Not for me in general, but for some people, it's just like, why are you always happy? Like, don't you go through losses from time to time? So
it's funny you say that. I was dating a girl a long time ago to where she was going through some problems with her family, and she had this attitude one time, and I looked at her and I was like, "What's wrong with you?" And she was like, "I'm having some problems with my mom, but I can't bring that stuff to you because you're always Mr. Positive. You're always Mr. See the softer side of things. You always throw God in my face and everything. And you know what? Sometimes I want somebody to be mad with me, and you can't give me that." And I go, "Sorry, I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy, and I get it. Some people just want to yell and scream. Some women want to tell her man, like, can you believe this B at work did so-and-so to me? And he's like, you need to go and slap that girl right in the head is what you need to do. You know how them women be. You need to go to the authorities or something. You need to go ahead and slap her in the parking lot one night." That's what some women want. I always see the positive. I guess that's because I try to follow God the best I possibly can. Yeah. I'm always going to say, ain't that serious? It's not. It's just whatever you are going through, it's just not that serious. Sorry. And maybe the reason I'm single is because I'm a bad date. And the reason I'm a bad date is because I told you guys what I've been through. I've been through with my son, almost losing my son in a children's hospital. Trust me, can't nobody come to me with a problem that I'm going to think it's just World War III. I'm so past that. I'm so positive all the time. People say, why are you always happy? Man, I'm telling you, I don't forget I almost died a couple months ago too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am so thankful for this life every single day that I'm breathing. And God has given me a number of reasons and instances on why I should be. So I don't apologize for that. Great show, y'all. We got a fun show tomorrow. I know it's serious tonight, but we'll get back to funny tomorrow. Good luck. God bless. Gone. Right here. In the meantime, in between time. Keep it on KBLA Talk 1580. We got a lot to talk about. Be good.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Mike Moore. Here's the latest from the Black Information Network.